Okay, here we go. Let's start it. This is Passover 2026, or actually, what's 66? I don't know the actual date that the Hebrew calendar keeps, but this is Pesach. This is the wine blessing that I say. It's not necessarily traditionally Orthodox, but it has some additional things in it. It goes like this. It goes, Baruch atah Yehovah Eloheinu, melech ha'olam, bara peri hagefen, v'shechol ha'eretz v'hashemim, be'doibercha, be'chebercha, le'olamim. Baruch Israel le'olamim, be'moedim le'Yehovah. Baruch ha'mishpachta, yom yom, be'chesidcha, be'chencha, Yehovah Adonim. So basically, bless the wine. You made the heavens, the earth and the heavens by your word for your glory. Bless Israel in the feasts, as Israel keeps the feasts of Hashem, and bless my family every day. To Hashem. Amen. L'chaim. Made a great choice. And this, we're just going to make matzah. Matzah is not a really big deal. It's just flour, water, and salt. And so a lot of people will be like, oh, well, I can make those as a tortilla. Yes, it's a tortilla, I guess, but this is made in an observation. You can go ahead and make a tortilla if you want, but I'm not making a tortilla. I'm making flat bread without leavening in it. This is the important designation. And unleavened bread is a requirement for the feast right after Passover, so I want to make sure I get it ready before that. Besides, the children of Israel, when they left Egypt, they did prepare their bread before they left. And that was basically on the day of Passover. They rolled it out on their way out. In the middle of the night, actually. Well, anyway. So, see, I've already made one here. And I'm just going to make about 4 of these. I think they'll hold me over till tomorrow. They're going to end up being kind of like crackers, really. And I could put things on, or maybe I'll bake them a little softer than a cracker. We'll see. But it's basically bread, unleavened, flat bread. Okay. Pretty simple stuff. I'm not a very good unleavened bread maker, but I do it because of the observation. And, well, this year they didn't have any matzah at the store. They must be protesting us. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. But I couldn't find any matzah, so I'm going to make it. Not so bad, right? I think I need to bring some of that. You see, you'll find that it'll build up on places like that, and you can push it around. You can push the flour around and make it a little wider. Push it that way. Yeah, that's good enough for me. And so I have a stack of matzah. I'm going to fry that in a pan. The reason I made them that size is that's the size of my pan. So there's number 1. It's just a simple flat bread. And you can warm that up later. I kind of wanted to capture this because the oil kind of has to be at that like smoky flash point to be at the right temperature. So there's the matzah. Basically, I made it in a ritual, so it's not a tortilla, suckers. So it's just... Anyway, that's my matzah, and I got 4 pieces. Maybe I should have made 10 if I was being like, priestly to the temple or something. But I didn't think about it. So anyway, that's my matzo. Okay, I think I'm recording. Crap. Yes, I'm recording. Okay, hold on. All right, so here we have on Passover, we're supposed to roast lamb over fire, okay? So I have my lamb here, but I need to marinate it with something. This year, what I'm going to do is use an ancient marinade, basically. One of cumin and cinnamon, which I've already placed in here. I placed cumin and cinnamon. I've been grinding it in my mortar and pestle. And I'm just going to grind that up, and then I'm going to add, so you'll know, cumin, mint, cinnamon, and honey is what they say, but arguably in the scriptures, if you read it in Hebrew, there's an argument that date is actually the sweetener that they used, not honey. So I'm going with the old rabbi's recommendations that date sweetener is what they used. So I'm going to do a cumin, cinnamon, mint, date marinade. Okay? So I just got to finish grinding this, and then I'm going to marinate this lamb in it. Okay? This is very important to me. You know, all these things that I do, a lot of people who've known me for a long time will tell you that it was right about the same time that I started observing these things that my life started turning in a much better direction. And it's been a long process. It hasn't been something that occurred overnight or something. But these feasts have kept me on track for building just the person I think God wants me to be. So this is why, well, it's not why I keep it. The reason I keep it is because I know there's a God. And I wanted to find out how to make him happy, because I knew that I wasn't making him happy for a little bit in my life. Anyway, I wanted to find out, and I started doing things. These are reminders of other things we do every day. So we do these things, 3 times a year, 7 times a year, something like that, once a week. We do these things to remind us of our faith. Okay, I think that's kind of an important statement right there. So here's the lamb being marinated in the date and cumin. And I have some figs. I don't know. I'll do something with that, I think. But I figured I'd do some potato somehow. Also, I'll probably throw it on the grill. Not sure. Yeah, I'd have the grill going or the pan going at the same time. I'm not sure yet. Okay, I think we have a direction for this meal. The lamb, the potato. I don't know if you can see that, but I scored the potato. I think it's going to open up a little bit. I'll garnish with fig, I guess. It's just a good old-fashioned home-cooked Passover meal. No, Peter. The figs are a dessert, you fool. And you will brulee them as they should be. So I'll torch these later. I'll make them into a brulee. Put them in a dish. Let's see what happens with that. Oh, yeah. Some nice sugared date and brown sugar brulee of fig. Okay, the thing about desserts is that you should probably prepare them much further on than your actual entrees, right? You can do that. They preserve, especially a lot of desserts are made with sugar, and that's a preservative. So not only that, unless it's very, very cold, like an ice cream or something like that, they're usually like hard. Desserts are very hard, like a cake, you bake a cake, it's stable, solid state, right? I think we're just going to, now these figs are very gentle, that you can't molest them. They're serious. They're like, don't mess with me or I'm going to totally ruin your program kind of thing. That's what they're like. That's figs for you. See, like this broken up one right here? Look at that. But that's the most juicy one, right? That's the best one probably. And so what we're going to look for here is I want some of the syrup that I made. Probably on that juicy one. Right? I'm sorry, it's going to be a little bit longer video. I really hope I'm making a video right now. I don't know. And then for a brulee, you need sugar, of course, right? So now my sugar has been sitting in the house for like 3 months without me being here. I've been gone. But we're going to have to get a good coating of sugar on here for a brulee. Now go ahead and cover the fruit. It's fine. It'll break down. And think about when you let your sugar or any other ingredients like sit too long, they'll clump up or something, you know. You don't really want that. So next thing you do is you just get a big torch. Now, I don't know if this plate is tempered for this kind of heat, but we're going to find out. I'll try to keep it on the fruit, right? Look at that golden caramel that we're making right on top of fig, which is really great. I hope you can hear me. This torch is really loud, I think. Now, this is where you get the crust, right here. You got to get it to boil like a candy. You see that? You see the boil? You see that boiling point? That's candy point right there. Is what that is. I don't want to mistake these other ones out here. They've got to get some help. Let's hope this plate doesn't break. I don't think I have a truly tempered plate. This thing came from Amazon. Now, right in there, we're going to get a pool, I think, of crust. Let's see. Yeah, that's good enough, I think. That sugar candy, as long as it boils, it's sugar candy. Now what you have, basically you have a bruleed fig set for dessert. Okay, all right. We're gonna put that away for a little while. And it doesn't matter, it could stay cold or warm, it doesn't matter. It got so hot that that's gonna turn to like little sheets of sugar, hardened sugar, hopefully. I hope I went long enough on it. We'll see. It's not that, this is the first time I did this. It's not that great. It's not that best of a presentation, but you know, that's what you do. You just do it. You try it until you get it right. So I got this nifty new little Weber gas barbecue. It's probably not going to be the same, but I am on the mountain. Wait, there we go. And think about, this is where it's raining a little bit, actually. It's raining. And got the potatoes on now because that's what it needs. Look at that. The hood says 200, but I think it's like 300 in there. Definitely the potatoes need to do their thing right now. I'm going to let them do their thing. And brave the storm on the mountain. Got a little lamb on the grill. A little rain on the glass. Guess we better get a fire going. tonight. It's cold up here. Looks like she's doing pretty good, actually. I don't know. Let me go check on it. It's kind of like, I wish the light didn't come on just now, but it's kind of like, there's a lot of people who think they're going to live on a mountain. They don't know how to do it. You know what I mean? A lot of people think they can live on a mountain. In a storm and just make it happen. Yeah, I just came up on a mountain and just started making it happen. On accident. Bro, I was gonna put the riblets on the same platter as the chops, but I was just like, no, the chops have to have their own platter. That was just dumb. And then the potatoes and the riblets just stayed together. And that was nice. And so this is for like 2 days, you know. So yeah, on cooking. That's it.